Hello everyone and welcome back to Bandai Product and Figure Review, your one stop for everything anime and model related. And in today's episode we are going to be looking at another GQuuuuX Gundam, and this is none other than the high grade GQuuuuX gMS-a RED Gundam from the GQuuuuX series. And as we can see, this is the markings of Char Aznavour in the alternate universe, where he does get the Gundam and paints it in his red color scheme that is his iconic red comet. And as we can see, just based off the art cover, we have a lot of cool features, especially funnels on here. So let's roll opening and take a look at the Red Gundam. Let's take a look at the wonderful box art on here, and as we can see, it's the gMS-a Red Gundam. And so this is basically the first Gundam where Char ends up actually getting in the anime series and doing that weird time phantom thing. I'm still trying to figure out the whole plot of this particular series on what exactly is happening. But apparently Char disappears, then this Gundam reappears some other time, and then we have a different pilot that is piloting the Red Gundam. But overall, we have cool art on here with the funnels and the ball and chain that is the iconic weapons that we usually see with the original Gundam. Moving on to the side of the box, we have the really cool action pose, and as we can see, it's very interesting for its articulation. We have a nice shield with a Xeon logo on it, with its iconic beam rifle and the added funnels. And we can see that it's really nicely detailed, and it looks like we can add a lot more detail. So you can probably pause and read that little detail on here. That's the lovely thing, that it is in English. So you can add a whole bunch more detail, and as we can see, we have the funnels here and the shield, beam blaster, assortment of hands, beam sabers, and the iconic mace. So these are all of the really cool gimmicks, as it actually says there. So moving on to the other side, this just gives us a brief story of the concept or the story on the model kit. So if you can actually pause, you can actually read that and kind of get an understanding of what the story is about. But we are here to see on how well the model is actually going to look. So let's actually open the box and take a look at the plastic. Going through some of the parts, we can see that it is a really nice color texture of a pink, or the Char salmon color that he normally paints his units with. And as we can see, we have a lot of the face, heads, armor, and they're all really well molded. And we can actually see that there is a lot of really nice part separation, as we can see with the shield here and various other pieces. The funnels are also really nicely spaced and can allow for a lot of really nice detail, where there's still some detail that you might still need to do, but it's not going to be too difficult. And we can actually see here for the other portions for the funnels here, which leads us to the ball and chain, and this is already looking really nice, where there are two pieces. We also have the beam rifle and a various other jet nozzles for its backpack. We also have a lot more armor pieces, and again, I'm liking the part separation that we see on here for the backpack, the chest unit, the shield. It gives us a lot of nice play, especially with the Federation markings on here, so you could actually paint this yellow really easy and just slide it in. So that makes this looking really nice and a fun kit bash if you wanted to change up the colors. And we also have more part separation with more of this lovely salmon color and a more of a bright red. So this is going to be a really nice highlight for the model itself. The plastic is well molded, and we actually have really cool PVC, and from what I was understanding, this actually belongs to a premium Bandai kit. So the fact that they added this lovely chain feature that you only get on like in an exclusive model kit is really impressive. And it looks like we have a clear part here. I'm not quite sure. We'll find that what this piece does when we look at the instruction manual. And last, we have these lovely pinkish PVC beam sabers, and they look really nice and well molded. And we cannot forget our lovely sticker sheets. So this is basically where we can pick and choose to paint a lot of these details. So a few of these stickers I'll probably end up using, but like for instance the eyes, I'll always definitely use the pre-built eyes. But a few of these other ones like red and green markings, especially the red, I could easily take like a Gundam marker and paint these details. Same with the shields here. So that's the lovely thing about the modeling, is you can pick and choose on how you want to do this. So I've been doing sticker experiments, so I'm going to be trying to do like a little Elmer's glue and see how well that holds up with these stickers. And we also have the nice dry rub, where you might want to take like a little X-Acto knife and kind of cut this out a little bit more just to make it a little bit sharper. But we have two different designs, a sharp Xeon logo and then a weathered Xeon logo. So you might almost want to buy two kits just to be able to experiment or change up the markings on here. Now that we looked at the plastic, now let's take a look at the instruction manual. So this is going to be one of my second or third kits that I have reviewed with the GQuuuuX. So I always like looking at some of the new gimmicks and parts that this all comes with, and it looks like it's pretty heavy with some of the yellow on here, so we may end up needing to do a little bit more yellow with the funnels to kind of get it to look the way that we want. But overall, it does give us another background for that, so you can easily pause this and read that if you're able to. And let's take a look at the parts list and everything that comes with this. So starting off, we do have a lovely parts list, and it does give us a nice little example for those special chains on how to cut them out, and various other pieces and the stickers on how you put them on. And it does give us a nice little guide on how to put them together, but it looks like this is going to be a standard of the newer style, where they do have it compartmentalized for each of the parts, where we start off with the head, the body, the arms, which is left and right, waist units, legs, left and right, weapon, how the torso comes together, weapons on like the beam shield, mace, and beam sabers, and how they all connect together. And we also have a nice little guide here on how to cut out the chain for our mace and how it actually connects together, as well as the funnel assembly, which is right here. And it looks like it does a really nice job, especially with the details with the beam blasters that are in here. And it looks like there are going to be a few pieces that are going to be red, which is going to be these. So you might be able to just paint these nozzles red. So that might be an easier thing to do, because especially with the Gundam markers, or with a like Tamiya or Gundam color like this, you can easily paint those nozzles really easily. And then, like I said, the back gives us a nice little range and a color palette for us to figure out on how we want to paint this if you truly wanted to paint every little detail. Alright everyone, that's going to conclude this unboxing of the new Gundam GQuuuuX Red Gundam. And this is going to be a really fun kit, and I've seen a lot of people already build these, and the articulation, from what I'm understanding, is really solid. And yeah, there could be a little bit more detail to these, but they do give us a nice little sticker sheet to help out with that. So definitely look forward to the build tutorial or build review of the Red Gundam, which is going to be in my works. So without further ado, please like and subscribe. You guys are what's making this video or this channel grow, and we are still growing. We're almost at 400 subscribers, so please like and subscribe and share. And if you have future ideas for any particular kits that you want to be reviewed or anything like that, please leave those down in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next episode, and stay building.